Do you guys remember when technology used to work for us? In the modern era, it's almost like we're fighting with technology to try and wrangle it to do what we want to do. It's almost a hassle to use this shit. And it's not good for us either. Everything's so bloated. Subscription services, streaming, AI shit being integrated into every fucking service we've ever used. So I think we owe it to ourselves to take back control of technology and use it in a way that is more de-stimulating. We owe it to ourselves to de-stimulate as much as we can. And I've been making a bunch of effort to try and do this in my own personal life, and I just wanted to jump on here and kind of share the things that I'm doing. I got a list of things that I'm doing to try and de-stimulate myself and make my use of technology more intentional, make my use of technology feel more like a hobby and not something that I'm attached to at the hip. Because I love technology pretty much every facet of my life. It's so fun. There's so much cool shit you can do. But it feels now like it's less about cool shit you can do and more about how we get trapped by algorithms, by statistics. So, the biggest thing, and it is a bit of a financial commitment, but the biggest thing that has helped me be more intentional about my technology usage, having my own personal cloud storage. They are a little bit expensive. I have a nice one. I have a Ugreen DH4300 Plus. It's got 4 bays in it. You can host up to 130 terabytes or something like that. Having your own personal cloud storage will be the biggest contributor to getting off of all this bullshit. And I feel like the cost of having one will eventually pay for itself because most people probably don't want to give up their smartphones. They'll take the social media apps off, the this, the that, but they don't want to get rid of their smartphone. And a lot of that I feel like has to do, well, I got my music on here, I got this, I got that, I got whatever, authenticators, whatever. Having a Ugreen network area storage, a NAS, there's an app for smartphone, the Ugreen NAS control center. You can load up whatever music, whatever video, pictures. We shouldn't be beholden to shit Snapchat. I used Snapchat for a long time when I was a teenager. I don't use it anymore, but I need to pull my memories off of there because I have years and years worth of pictures that they're going to start charging for. You see, this is the problem with these live service apps. Change on a whim to buttfuck you out of nowhere. I'm like, where the hell am I going to put all those pictures? Boom. Cloud storage. It's so easy. It's so simple. And having the Control Center app on your phone makes it that much easier to just, I want to pull up a picture. Here we go. Pulling up the app. It just connects over data or Wi-Fi, whatever. The Ugreen itself actually it's got 8 gigs of RAM in it and its own little onboard computers. So it has its own app store. You can get video player apps, media server apps. You can get Jellyfin on there. I do have my own personal media server. I'm running it off of Plex. I wish I knew more about computers to where I could do port forwarding, remote access stuff for Jellyfin because Jellyfin's more open source. I did purchase the lifetime membership of Plex so that I could do remote streaming because that was something that was important to me. I did get a deal. It was a Black Friday deal on it. I don't really think it's worth it otherwise. And that kind of seems like something that might go away because it's too good of a deal. A lifetime membership. What the hell? Where do you even see that anymore? But having your own cloud storage lets you put, music, books, movies. I am such an advocate for having your own files on your own shit. Cloud storages are super, super convenient. They also cost money. Apple Cloud, Google Cloud is a monthly subscription. I don't gotta pay a monthly subscription on this thing. I got 8 terabytes of cloud just waiting for me, plugged into my Ethernet right now that I can access from anywhere. The other biggest thing, and I will never stop advocating for this, the Reddit piracy subreddit. Just go there, have a look around. I don't really know. I feel like I'm not really allowed to say all of the, things that I do, but what I will say is I think that you should get a VPN, find some kind of deal on a good VPN. I use Proton personally. Just because I like the UI of it. I got a good deal in 2 years for $60. You should change your DNS settings on your router too. Get rid of trackers. There's a certain DNS setting that you can, I don't remember what it is. Basically, I don't like to see personalized ads. I don't like it. It just means that I know that you're scraping metadata off of somewhere for me. And be like, oh, this guy likes fucking eating his own poop. Here, let's put a, ad for poop eating competition in India or something. I don't like to see that. But yes, look to the mega thread on the Reddit piracy subreddit. You can accomplish a lot with that subreddit and a VPN. It's a lethal combo. But what about video games? What about video games? Video games are so goddamn expensive. And, they all take, 4,000 hours to beat now. I feel like I'm the same as a lot of people who are saying, we're being priced out of the hobby. It's getting rough out here. I bought a Switch 2, and I don't even know if that shit was worth it. I didn't buy the new Zelda Age of Calamity or whatever the new fucking Hyrule Warriors bullshit is. I don't like those games. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like those games. I'm big into emulation. I think you should be emulating. I think you should be jailbreaking everything you own. I have a jailbroken PlayStation Vita. I have a jailbroken PS4. I think you should emulate retro games. Here's the thing with emulation. Is it legally dubious? Sure. Whatever. But these companies like Nintendo trying to scrub ROMs off the internet and stuff, it's for games that are not available that they don't make any money off of. And if they're gonna take a classic like fucking Ocarina of Time and they're gonna put it on a game streaming service like Switch Online and just sell it right back to me for $50 a year, they can just suck the shit out of my ass, because there's no fucking way that I'm paying for an inferior version when if I have something like a Steam Deck or an Iron Thor or an Iron Odin or one of these higher end emulation devices, I can run the fucking Ocarina of Time 4K resolution texture pack with shaders upscaled and everything, and it'll run beautifully. They're trying to sell us back inferior versions of their own products. I don't understand this mindset of not wanting fans who love the game to be able to play it in the way that they want, with shaders, updated texture packs, and things like that, higher resolutions, widescreen hacks. There is something to be said for playing on original hardware. I mean, I still have my Super Nintendo with me, and I still like to play Super Mario World on that because I just like the way the controller feels. I've had that for my whole life. It would be way too expensive for me to get a copy of A Link to the Past, Super Mario World, and a Super Nintendo, all working in good condition right now. And the thing with that is I can fully take it apart and I can clean it, I can scrub it down, I can disassemble the controller, clean it. It's in great condition. That's another thing, is we need to learn how to fix things ourselves. I know shit's not very modular these days. Most electronics are in these enclosed casings. You can't get to anything, you can't fix anything yourself. They want to sell a new thing back to you. It's funny because I feel like for boomers, computers are like these magic boxes that they don't understand. If it breaks, you need somebody else to fix it, or you gotta buy a new one. It's like the middle kind of generations, kind of understood it better. I feel like there's more of an understanding of computers and how they work and things like that. A little bit demystified. And now these, not to be like kids these days, but it's going to go right back to computers being magic boxes where you have to buy the new one and throw the old one away. But yeah, that's kind of all the things that I'm doing. I'm trying to decentralize my entertainment. It's important to have good entertainment. And I also think that because a lot of what I'm doing is I'm manually downloading shit. I'm sorting it into folders. I'm doing all this shit. It's not very convenient compared to most technology these days. But I think we need to remove a certain level of convenience to make it feel more impactful. Because I don't have any streaming services anymore. I have to pick, more carefully what I want to listen to and what I want to watch, because I have to go through more trouble to get a hold of it. And music has been way more enjoyable over the past couple months since I've kind of been making a bigger push to do this in my life. And what I watch has been way more enjoyable as well. But I think the most important thing, we just need to read more. I think I used to read so much when I was a kid. I could just sit and read for hours and hours and hours and hours. And my parents made a big push to get me to read more when I was a kid. And then I just stopped when I was a teenager. So I was like, what the fuck is the point of reading? It was lame. It was gay. It was cringe to read. I see these studies of people in their 40s are getting dementia at an astronomically higher rate. And I'm like, oh, fuck. It's probably because they be on that damn phone. Because it's not, the phone shit is not like a young generation thing. It's all encompassing, bro. Everybody is fucked by this shit. Back to my point of jailbreaking everything. I have a Kindle Paperwhite, jailbroken, obviously, because I'm not going to use a fucking product with Amazon on it. I like the device, but I'm taking that fucking bloatware off of it. And, refer back to the subreddit, ways to get books. And this is just my little personal rebellion. It goes back to the classic saying, if buying isn't owning, then piracy is not stealing. But I've been trying to read just a little bit before bed and then a little bit in the morning when I wake up. I feel like reading a little bit in the morning when you wake up, first thing, instead of grabbing your phone, grab the Kindle. I think it does good for my brain. I do feel a lot more focused as of late. But this got pretty long and rambly. I don't know. I just wanted to put something out there. I want to encourage people to not fall into the despair of over-convenience where there's too much choice. You can watch anything. You can listen to anything as long as you want to be inundated with ads, with AI bullshit being shoved down your throat, with brain rot content around every corner. We need to go back to making decisions about what we do. Technology is a tool for us. It's for us to use. It is not for some fucker in a suit somewhere, high up in a building, to dictate how our time is used. We might be peons on this earth. We might be serfs to our vassal billionaire overlords, but we do still have the freedom of choice in our own minds to decide what we want to do. I feel like that's obvious, but it's also so hard to remember because it's so noisy out there. There's a veneer of bullshit over everything. And I think we need to start looking inwards. Hopefully, we can better our own lives in small ways. That's all I'm trying to say. All right. I don't know if anyone's even going to be listening at this point, but if you were, thanks for listening to my jumble of bullshit that I'm just trying to get out first thing after I wake up in the morning. All right. Peace and love.